Last time I covered the first part of Tsurumi Island's quest, and as I thought, there are more components to the Tsurumi Island Through the Mist quest chain, but they're time-gated and unlock each day. We'll come back to bad and made decisions. This video will go over the quest for day 2 and day 3. There will be timestamps for each step and puzzle, so if you cleared them easily, you can skip over to the ones you had trouble with. If you haven't done the quest to get to Tsurumi Island yet, check my previous video for day 1's quest. I also cleared all of the stone slate puzzles for the pre-scripts, but that's really long and will be its own separate video later. Oh, and unless you have a super good memory, maybe grab a pen and paper for the puzzles that you need to do. Let's start with day 2, Octave of the Maushiro. The next day, after you do the first quest to get to Tsurumi Island, Sumida gathers the other investigators to talk, and you get sent to Tsurumi Island again. The story in this chain has some interesting parts, and I recommend actually reading it instead of skipping over everything. Sumida goes on a lot of annoying tangents though. The fog is back, and there are also new remarkable chests to be collected for furniture. More seem to spawn each day, so grab them when you see them. As I suspected, the glowing bird statues are interactable in the same way the glowing fox ones on Narukami Island were. Talk to Rue, and the Thunderbird feather you picked up in the Serai Island quest will become usable. It will now show up in the Gadget tab in your item bag, and you can equip it and hit C near a bird statue to reveal hidden things like puzzles and loot. Some birds are only glowing at half strength and are not interactable right away, but become usable after fulfilling other conditions. This feather gadget will let you do a lot of the puzzles on the island, like the Stone Slate puzzle set, which I'll put a video up on later. You can complete the set right after getting this ability. Using a feather at the quest locations reveals images of the past, and you can retrieve a buried Maushiro here. After going to the ceremonial site, you then have to solve some sacred pre-script puzzles at different locations. The first one is at Wakukau Shoal to the south of the ceremonial site. There's actually 2 sets of puzzles, one on the beach below for this quest, and one above on a cliff that's related to the Stone Slate puzzles. After using the feather at the puzzle on the beach and watching the ghost image cutscene, the pre-script letters will show up on a set of rocks. You have to use the feather on the bird statue to summon an electro-sealy, then follow it around the place. It will make a loop around, then stop at a bird statue by the cliffside, which you can then use the feather on. 5 letters will show up on the cliff, which is in the order in which you have to hit the letter rocks earlier. Write them down, then go back to the rocks and hit them in the same order. On the cliff tower thing, there's a similar puzzle. The letter rocks are on top, and the bird statue that will reveal the password code is on a ledge at the middle height. Follow the same process and you'll get a stone slate for later. You don't need it for this story quest, but it'll save you the trouble of having to come back. The next part of the story is at Oina beach. Activate the bird statue at the quest location, then a cutscene will start. After the cutscene, you have to move the rocks with the letters on them. You can see a puzzle pass on the ground, and there's a marker with a letter at each stopping point for the rock. Move them around until the rocks with the right letters are placed at the right position. I'll show the video of the whole puzzle for you if you have trouble with it, or you can go to the timestamp for the next part of the quest. After you finish them, another cutscene will play, and then you'll go to the Autake plains next. In some areas where the fog is thick, you have to use electro to light up the lanterns to push the fog away. Otherwise, if you stay in the fog too long, you get sent back to where you started. Activate a bird statue to play a cutscene, then activate another bird statue when there's a similar stone puzzle. This time, some of the rocks are missing. 3 normal sealies will then appear, each one leading to the missing rock for you to pick up. Each time you bring a rock back and place it in its proper position, the sealie will then fly into a large rock wall and get absorbed into it. When all 3 sealies are absorbed, it will show a sequence of 5 letters. Hit the rocks in the order from top to bottom. Another cutscene, and then it's time to go back to the ceremonial site. You get another cutscene with Paimon, and then it's time to wrap back to Sumida. Talk with her for a while, and that's day 2 done. You can go hunt for the rest of the Stone Slate puzzles if you want. Wait until reset for the next day, and bookmark this video if you need to. Now I'll cover day 3 of the Tsurumi Island quest chain. The Sea of Fog and the Rite of the Trees. It starts off with Kama at the port in Rito, and then you go to Tsurumi Island again where, surprise surprise, the fog is back. Road is also there with a new side quest for you too. The first part asks for 10 fluorescent fungi, and the second part wants you to take pictures of murals. Save that for when you do the Stone Slate puzzles later. In the story quest this time, Rue isn't here to greet you at the beginning. Go to the first Thunderbird Perch and Paimon will get the brilliant idea to destroy all of them. I'm a big fan of the destroy everything school of problem solving. At the halfway point of its HP bar, parts of the Thunderbird Perch's power will come flying out in the form of purple orbs. You have to follow them and destroy them with pyro attacks. Many of them float kinda high off the ground, so Xiangling and Benny Lava's skills often miss. I use Yanfei for this. Amber will probably work too if you don't have another ranged pyro user. Some of them spawn monsters when they explode, but you can just run away if you don't want to deal with them. After blowing up all the orbs, go back to the tree and whack down the remaining 50% of the HP. Do the same thing for the other 3 trees. Go back to the ceremonial site, then go look for Rue again. And of course, like the way these stories usually go, Rue is an ungrateful little bitch. Go back to talk to Sumida and Kama, and they'll come up with more ideas for what to do later. That's the end of day 3 though, so the continuation will have to wait for the next day. I'll have day 4's guide out when I can, so subscribe to the channel! A video for the Stone Slate puzzle series will be coming soon too. I have a feeling that Thunderbird will become a boss fight at that big empty arena in Tsurumi at the end of this quest. Well, that's it for now. I'll see you later, and as always, gacha was a mistake.